This week, I'm going to lead you through a full body Vinyasa Flow practice. We're going to start from seated and then progress into full body flow, adding quite a few sun salutation and Vinyasa flows into our practice today. Let's get started. For this week's practice, you don't necessarily need any props. If you want to use blocks under your hands, or as we start in a seated pose, then you could have some blocks there. I'll lead you through the practice without any props. And come and find an easy seat. This could be a cross-legged seat, or you could sit on your knees if that is better for you. And then relax your shoulders. Bring hands in front of you and just start to create some gentle circles with your wrist joints. It doesn't matter which direction you start in, we're gonna go both ways. Do a couple more circles this way and start to also focus on your breath. And then change the direction. So warming up, preparing our wrists and hands, as we're gonna spend quite a lot of time on our hands today. Let's do a couple more circles. And then slowly release your hands and arms down. Now with your next in-breath, lengthen your both arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release the arms down. Same 2 more times. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Let yourself feel that full breath. 1 more time. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Now bring hands, arms back in front of you. And now flex your wrists. So you're lifting your fingers up towards the ceiling, pushing the heel of the hand in front of you and pulling the fingers towards your head. Relax your shoulders and hold your hands, your wrists here for another breath in and out. And exhale. Now bring your fingers together and then pull your fingers towards your forearm. So now going the other way, trying to tense kind of the lower part of your forearm. Still keeping shoulders soft. So just looking for engagement in the forearms. Breathe in and out. And then 1 more time. Turn your fingers up towards the ceiling. Push the heels of the hands in front of you and then start pulling fingers towards your shoulders, towards your elbows. So now we're looking for tension more here at the top of the forearm, still keeping tops of the shoulders soft. And then next exhalation, again turn the fingers pointing down, bring fingers together and then pull the fingers now towards your elbows, kind of on the lower side. Elbows could be a little bit bent. And breathe in and out. Again, shoulders, neck are free. And then exhale, release the hands. You could shake your wrists. You could roll the shoulders a couple of times. Now it's time to come up onto our hands. So from your seat, bring yourself onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under and then exhale, go straight into a downward facing dog. Here you can move your feet. You could rock your pelvis from side to side a couple of times, turning heels from side to side. Check your neck is relaxed. Bring your heels, your feet back to center. Ground down through your hands. Now, as you inhale, shift your weight forward. Find a plank pose. Long line from head to heels. Exhale, lift the pelvis back up into downward dog. Head dropping down. 2 more times. Inhale, shift the weight forward into plank. Really push the floor, push the mat away through both arms. Exhale, lift the pelvis up, head dropping down. Knees could be bent here. 1 more time.
Inhaling forward, really feel the arms connected to your back. Shoulders move away from the ears. And exhale, lift back into downward dog. And then start to walk your hands and feet together. You can bend your knees, arrive in this full forward bend. Knees can be quite deeply bent, all the way on your feet. And from there, as you inhale, roll the back up. If you want, you can reach arms up as well. And exhale, release the arms down. You can roll the shoulders. We'll do side bends. So feet roughly hip width apart. Now, as you inhale, lengthen your right arm up. Exhale, bend to your left. You're sliding, almost reaching the left hand down. You could look down towards the mat. One more breath here. Pressing down through both feet, opening the side body. And then next in breath, come back to center. Exhale, release the right arm down. As you inhale, lengthen your left arm up. Right arm stays down. And then exhale, bend to your right. So right hand almost reaching down. Left arm reaching up and over. You can look down to the mat. One more breath here. Again, breathing towards that open side of the body. And then as you inhale, lift back to center and exhale, release. Now make your way to the back of the mat if you aren't there already. Feet under the pelvis, first sun salutation. As you inhale, lengthen both arms up. Exhale, bend down from the hips, round your back, head coming down. Inhale to flat back, hands could be on the shins. And exhale, bend down, bring hands to the mat. You can bend the knees more. Inhale, walk into a plank pose. Again, finding that long line from head to your tail. Exhale, lower down, knees could come down first. Inhale to cobra pose. You can stay lower down, you can lift higher up. Exhale, bring your chest down. Inhale onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. Exhale into downward dog. Breathe here in and out. Head can drop down. With your next in breath, walk hands to your feet. So leave your feet where they are. Exhale, full forward bend. Inhale to flat back, either fingertips on the mat or hands on the shins, opening the chest. Exhale, bending down. Head coming down. Inhale, roll the back up, reach arms up, open the chest. Exhale, bring arms down. You can roll the shoulders. We'll do second half round of sun salutation. Same beginning. Inhaling, lengthen arms up. Exhale, bend down. Again, knees could be bent, head coming down. Inhaling to flat back. Feel the whole back line of your body engaging, opening the chest. Exhale, bring hands down. And then as you inhale, walk into the plank pose. You can adjust your hands, your feet. Next exhalation, coming slowly down. Knees could come down first. Inhaling to cobra pose, opening away from the mat. Exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale onto hands and knees. And exhaling to downward dog. Now we're going to pause here. Breathe in and out. You can shake the head. And then we're going to either step or jump our feet forward. So we come into a cross-legged seat. So you can look forward, step or jump your feet forward into a cross-legged seat. Bringing your pelvis onto the mat. And we're going to find our balance in both poses. So lift your legs in front of you. Maybe first hold the backs of your knees, open the chest away from your knees. You could even look higher up. If you want to challenge your core more, you could release the hands, extend your arms next to your legs, trying to keep a V shape between your torso and your thighs. Extra challenge would be to extend the legs. Make sure you keep breathing. Take one more breath in and out, breathing a bit more to your chest. And then exhale, bend the knees, bring feet on the mat and roll down onto your back. Arms next to your sides, bring feet to the mat. And as you exhale, lift your pelvis up into bridge pose. Feel both feet active, backs of the shoulders pressing down, inner thighs active. So now activating, engaging through the back line. Here as well, maybe breathing more to the chest space. Take another breath in and out. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your back, your pelvis down. We're going to hug the knees into the chest, hold the legs, and then start rocking forward and back a few times, slowly bringing yourself back into that cross-legged seat. From there, bring hands on the mat, lift yourself over the legs, and walk back into downward facing dog. Now you can either take a longer downward dog or add a Vinyasa Flow here. So if you want, inhale forward to plank, exhale either down on the mat or to low plank. Inhale cobra or upward facing dog, and then as you exhale, lift straight into downward dog. You can adjust your hands, you can adjust your feet. Next, we're going to go into twisted lunge and triangle pose. Let's start by stepping right foot forward to hands. We'll keep the left knee off the mat. Left hand stays down, and then inhale, twist out to the right. You can reach the right arm up, or you can bring right arm behind the back. Keep the left leg actively lifted off the mat. Take another breath in and out here. And then exhale, release the twist. Bring hands to the mat. And now step your left foot on the mat. We're going to bring right hand either on top of the right leg or it could be on the mat. And then as you inhale, turn your chest to the other side of the mat, finding your triangle pose. See if you can extend the right leg just a bit more. It doesn't need to be fully straight. Here, left arm either reaching up or again, you can bring left arm behind the back, especially if you feel just tensing in the shoulder. Breathe in and out. And then as you exhale, look down, bring both hands to the mat. We prepare for a Vinyasa Flow. So we're going to step both feet back into a plank. Exhale slowly down, either on the mat or hover in low plank. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward dog. You can breathe here in and out. We'll do same to the other side. Now we're going to step the left foot forward. So you can look to your hands. Step your left foot to your hands. Lead right hand on the mat. And then as you inhale, twist out to the left. Same options here. You can reach left arm up or bring left arm behind the back. Open the chest space and keep the right knee, the right thigh lifted off the mat. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, release the twist. Bring hands to the mat. And first, step your right foot on the mat. So you need to rotate the hip, the foot. Left hand could be on the left leg, or you can leave left hand on the mat. We're going to inhale, open chest into the triangle pose. Again, you might extend your left leg more. Right arm could reach up, or bring right arm behind the back. Here as well, imagine there's a long line from head to your tail. And breathe. Where can you find some space for your breath? Let's take another breath in and out. And then exhale, release the twist or the opening. Bring hands on the mat and we go through a Vinyasa Flow. So step into plank. Exhale, low plank or all the way down. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale into downward dog. And in downward dog, you can breathe, allow head to drop down. And then we're going to go into 2 back bends. We're going to go down onto the belly. Now first come forward to plank. And then as you exhale, lower yourself slowly all the way down onto the mat. Lengthen arms next to your sides. We're going to do full locust pose. Reach head and feet away from each other. Exhale, press front of the pelvis down. And then as you inhale, start to peel your chest and the fronts of the legs off the mat. You can keep hands on the mat or start to hover your hands, your arms. You can rotate your palms out to the sides. Keep reaching head and your feet away from each other. Feel inner thighs are active. Opening through the chest. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, release back down. You can bring head down, you can turn one cheek on the mat. Breathe in and out. You can rock the pelvis. And then we're going to go into the full bow pose. So bring your head back to center. Bend your both knees. And now you can see if it would be okay to reach hands to your feet. You could hold the outside or inside of the feet. If that doesn't feel good today, just reach arms behind you, not holding your feet. We're going to again exhale, press the front of the pelvis down. And then as you inhale, start to peel your chest off the mat. And that could be plenty enough for today. Or last option, very gently use your legs to pull gently back. So if you're holding your feet, you could use your legs to open the chest a bit more. But be mindful, your legs are stronger than your upper body, so don't pull too much. Keep that core engagement going on, keep inner thighs engaged. And keep the breath flowing. Maybe breathing more to the chest. Take one more breath in and out. And then as you exhale, slowly release your chest, your legs down, let go of your feet. Bring hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift onto hands and knees. And exhale, round the back into a brief child's pose. A few breaths in child's pose. Head can drop down. You can release your arms if you want, or you might keep them active, reaching forward. Take another breath in and out. And then either stay longer in child's pose, or we can add a Vinyasa Flow here. So if you want, find your way onto hands and knees, and then into downward dog. With your in-breath, you can flow forward into plank. Exhale, low plank, or all the way down. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhaling into downward dog. And then if you are in child's pose, bring yourself into downward dog. Now from this downward dog, we're going to go into a side plank and then into the wild thing. Now we're going to first come forward to full plank. maybe step the right hand a bit more to center, and then turn into a side plank and step your left foot in front of you. So you have your right hand, left foot, and maybe just the outside of your right foot on the mat. And then you can reach the left arm up. First, just take a couple of breaths here so you find your weight on that right arm before we go into the wild thing. If you want to skip the wild thing, just stay here. Otherwise, as you inhale, now step your left foot over the right leg behind you. And then as you inhale, start to turn your pelvis, your belly, your chest up towards the ceiling. Either reaching still the left arm up, or now you could also reach the left arm overhead behind you. Breathing in and out. And then as you exhale, slowly release. Step back into full plank and either child's pose, downward dog, or Vinyasa Flow from here. If you want, exhale down. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhale back into downward dog. Breathe in and out again. You can shake your head. And we'll do the same to other side. So if you are in child's pose, bring yourself back into downward dog. And then from downward dog, shift the weight forward into plank. Step left hand in the center and then turn to the long side of the mat so that you can step your right foot in front of you. Left leg stays extended and flex that left ankle, left foot, and then reach the right arm up. You can still adjust your feet, your hands. So just preparing for that wild thing here. Don't let the pelvis collapse. Take one more breath in this side plank. And then if you want to go into wild thing, inhale, lift your right foot up and step the right foot over to the other side of the left leg. And then as you inhale, start to lift your pelvis, your belly, your chest higher up. Either reaching the right arm up or reach right arm overhead. And keep pressing down through that left arm, left shoulder. And next breath, slowly release. Bring both hands down. Turn towards the mat. And again, either child's pose, downward dog, or Vinyasa Flow. You could exhale down. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhale into downward dog. And then you can choose either adding another 3 Vinyasa Flows or taking time in downward dog or child's pose. Your choice, but these are the last Vinyasa Flows we're going to do today. If you want, you can join in, inhaling forward to plank. Exhaling low plank or all the way down. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling into downward dog. And you can do your own variations of your Vinyasa Flow. That's one round. You can add 2 more if you want. If you want to continue, inhale again forward to plank. Exhaling down either low plank or onto the mat. Inhaling into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward dog. You can come into child's pose at any point. We could go through one last round if you feel there's still some energy left. With your own breath, with your own pace, you could inhale forward to plank. Exhaling slowly, slowly down. It's the last round. Inhaling to your back bend, opening through the front. Exhaling into the last downward dog, lifting up through the pelvis. You can take a couple of steps, maybe walking from one hand to the other as well. And then let's all come down into child's pose for a few breaths. You can also open knees wider in your child's pose. Take another breath or two in and out in your child's pose. And then slowly in your own time, you could bring yourself onto hands and knees. And then walk knees to your left side so you can sit down onto the right hip. Come lie down on the right side. And then as you inhale, open your chest up towards the ceiling into a relaxed, reclining twist. Now here, take the weight, pressure of the hands. You might turn head to one side or the other. And take a few slightly deeper breaths in and out. You could breathe all the way down to the belly area. And then slowly with your next couple of breaths, we're going to roll onto the back. If you find yourself rolling off the mat, just wiggle your way back in. And we're going to do that twist to the other side. So you could bring knees to your chest and then lower your pelvis to the left side. And you can kind of just adjust your pelvis a little bit so you find a relaxed twist. You can adjust the legs, the arms as well. Again, you might turn head to one side or the other. Try to find as easy as relaxed pose for your shoulders, arms, and hands as possible. And soften through the neck, soften through the jaw. Take a couple more breaths in and out. And then after those couple of breaths, slowly roll back onto your back. And then we're going to come into our final pose before Shavasana pose, Happy Baby. You bring knees towards the chest and then turn knees a bit further out to the sides or towards your armpits. Reach hands to your feet and you could stay here. A reclining butterfly, or you could start to turn the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. You might extend your legs more if you want. You could rock from side to side. Just find your happy baby. You could give a nice opening for the inner thighs. Trying to keep tops of the shoulders still soft, although we are using our hands and arms to hold the feet. But finding softness where it's possible. Another breath or two in and out. And then slowly start to release the feet. Closing the hips, bringing feet down. And from here, we're going to go into Shavasana pose. And this could be any resting pose. Where do you feel you could take a couple of minutes, just checking in with the breath. Allowing your body to rest and relax. You might close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And then just notice your breath. Notice that calm rhythm in your own breath. How the in-breaths and out-breaths flow in and out like waves coming in, waves flowing out. Allowing each breath out to soften tension. Give yourself at least 5 to 10 more breaths in your resting pose. You can decide to stay longer. If you have time, I would invite you to stay longer in your Shavasana pose, taking as much rest as you need today. And then when you feel that you would like to start closing the practice, start gently moving your hands, your feet, finding that circling motion in the wrist joints, ankle joints. Like we did in the beginning, go a few times in both directions. If you want, you can reach arms overhead along the floor, lengthen the whole body long from hands down to the feet, and slowly open your eyes. And when you feel ready, roll down onto one side. Could be the left or the right side. Bring yourself into your own final seat. As always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself for taking some time for yourself, for your practice today. And I thank you very much for flowing together. Namaste. Thank you.